guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Nicole Isaac. There's my channel called Ride Along with Nicole. If you're subscribed, thank you for returning. If you haven't subscribed, please subscribe now and enjoy the video. Anyway, I wanted to sorry, I'm bending down because I'm a tray. Well, actually, I'm supposed to get a anyway, so I wanted to do a little story time with you. Today is Monday. I had work earlier. I'm posting this today, so I'm really sorry. It's probably going to be posted like a little late, but still Monday. Anyway, yeah. So I wanted to do a story time. Well, I wanted to do a story time, but only to use an example of how you know you're working in a toxic environment. So, as you know, recently got a new job. I've been working at this job for 5 months and 11 days, like exactly that. 5 months and 11 days, yeah. But I'm only doing a small, I'm putting on a little bite to eat for all of us. Like, we're not really hungry for dinner. Dominique isn't here. And it's just us and we're not hungry. So we're just going to have a tiny little bite, okay? Anyway, on with the video. So, sometimes how my workplace works is, obviously it's a 0-hour contract, which sucks. But, you know, like, it is what it is. Like, at the time, I was, like, literally screaming for a job. Let me cut up some salad. I was literally screaming for a job. And when I got one, I was literally over the moon. So I didn't care whether it was 0-hour contract. You know, my friends were like, that's not really all that great. But me, I didn't care. Like, I was just like, you know what? A job is a job. I already went through me being fussy and thinking I was too good for the place I was at now look where I am. I was with that mentality, so I was just in the mentality of, you know, like, anything is good for me, sort of thing. So, anyway, let me get to the point, because I feel like I'm sort of, like, beating around the bush a little. So, how my workplace works is your hours are not promised to you. Like the hours that's even on your rota, it's not promised to you at all. So it's like, for example, what I mean by that is, for example, say if you're scheduled for, I don't know, 12 to 10, for example. So if you're scheduled for 12 to 10, which is a 10-hour shift, but let's say nobody's really been coming in. Yeah, like nobody's really been coming in. The customers is, you know, like, no one's really been coming in, basically. And there's not been much customers. The restaurant hasn't made much money. So usually in this case, they would send like one person home, and it's usually the person who has a double shift. They're like, okay, you know, like, listen, we're gonna pay you for, we're gonna pay you, you know, up until 5 o'clock, but at 5, you're gonna go home instead of staying till 10. So, you know, like, most of the time it makes sense. You know, and, you know, even though it's 0 hours and it's annoying to never really know, sometimes it's, I'm not gonna lie, sometimes, you know, like all these people that say, oh yeah, hustle for more hours, blah, blah, blah. But when you're working somewhere where you're not exactly, you know, you're not exactly over the moon to be working there, not because of anything, like, not because of the job itself, but because, you know, like, you may feel like your manager doesn't treat you right or whatever. Yeah. So basically, like, I usually don't mind. So let me get to the point now. So now I've explained that. Sorry, I'm just gonna wash this. Yeah, so now that, sorry, I'm gonna pause because I'm watching this salad. Put it on top the fridge pack.
On top.
I'm doing a video.
Oh, sorry.
Did you not hear I'm doing a video?
Yeah, I know. I'm gonna be quick.
Sorry about that, guys. Anyway, as I was saying, so what day was this? I think this must have been, I think this was Saturday. Yeah, this was Saturday. So Saturday I was supposed to have a double shift. And Saturday I was supposed to have a double shift. And so it got to, but it was quite quiet. It was really hot. It was quite quiet. So it got to like, I'd say like 2 o'clock. And the manager that was on shift, he was like, okay, Nicole, so we're not really making much money. I'm guessing it's going to be exactly how it was yesterday because I wasn't here there the day before, but apparently it was like they had like 7 customers. Like, that's how, because it was too hot. Like, a lot of people, they rather have ice cream or something like than have like hard sort of like a burrito or whatever. Like, they rather have something like you know, summery. So so I was like, okay, cool. Anyway, as you know, I've been reading that book. You know, like, what is it called again? When you're too nice for your own good. So I'm just going to flip these pages. So in this book, it talks about like asking for what you want, you know, making sure that, you know, you put your, like, you make your needs, you know, like, making sure you make your needs like a priority, you know, like you're not just being a people pleaser, you know, taking on too much when you know. So anyway, as I said, it was roasting hot. Like, it was roasting hot. And I forgot to mention, the night before I barely slept because it was so hot. I had my windows open, despite my little spider scare. I had my windows open. No air was coming in because it was so hot. Like, it was just too hot. So I didn't really get much sleep, had a 10-hour shift. And then I find out because yeah, that's another thing. Because we're trying out something new, we have to finish the shifts now finish at 12 now, the night shifts. So that's like an extra 2 hours. So originally I'd be staying there till 10, but I'll be staying there till 12. So I'm just thinking, well, you know, like, at least I got off of that one because I done the long hour shift, and believe me, like, it was like long. Anyway, so sorry, I'm beating around the bushes. So I know. So anyway, small customer starts to come in, and well, I'm gonna call him Pedro. I'm calling him Pedro because I'm watching Legacies and there's an adorable little kid called Pedro. I'm not saying like this manager is adorable, not by far. I mean, like, he may look adorable, but he's not adorable. Yeah. But anyway, so I'm thinking now, crap, you know, like, there's now customers coming in. He might keep me longer. So then he comes up to me and he's like, Nicole, I know what, we're gonna see how things goes and whether we keep you on longer or not. So I was like, okay, yeah, that's fine. But a huge part of me wanted to just go home at 5. I did not have it in me to just stay till 12. Like, I did not. So anyway, time's going on, and I'm thinking about this book that I'm reading about putting my needs first, and, you know, like, not taking on too much, and, you know, So I'm just like, okay, here's what we're gonna do. We're kind of fake an injury, not pretend to fall over, obviously, like, we're not gonna be that dramatic, but we're gonna put our needs first. So what I did, this was like an hour later, I thought it through. These burgers are just like not done whatsoever. Anyway, so I thought it through. I thought, okay, what I could do is, because I've done this before, where my shoelaces has gotten caught in the treadmill. I mean, like, one of those that I go to a gym, and that's literally happened to me before. The scariest thing ever, but still, you know, like, that's a sign, like, tie up your shoelaces. So anyway, so I go up to him and I'm like, oh, can I leave at 5 because my ankle is really starting to hurt. You know, I had a little accident yesterday at the gym. I thought I was fine, but now my ankle is playing up. And he gives me this sort of look, you know. It's not, the thing is, at this job and with these people, it's not what they say, it's how they say it. The looks on their face, the attitude in their voice. Like, it's not what they say at all. Like, it's not, like, sometimes it's not what they say, but majority of the times it's not what they're saying, it's just how they're saying it. So he gives me this sort of look, and there's a kind of look that, you know, you'd give to someone who's you see as crap under your shoe, like just this look of disgust. I can't even do it because I'm not even, I have to be in that sort of mindset, like it's sort of like that sort of look, you know, like, I don't know, like, and he was just like, wait till, can't say her name, wait till Sharika comes, and then when Sharika comes, then we'll discuss whether you could go home early or not. And then, like, I was like, oh, okay. But I was just thinking, okay, so when it's to do with you lot making money, by the way, on another note, I am such a weirdo. I love drinking the juice from beetroot. Like, I really like it. I've always, like, ever since I was a tiny kid, I've always liked the juice from beetroot. Don't ask me why. Anyway, let me get it over the sink, yeah. I told you I'm weird. Anyway, that was really good. So, I'm thinking, wow. So, when it's to do with you lot not making enough money, yeah, you can, you know, bend the rules, cut people's hours and send people home. You know, when it's to do with you lot not making much money. You know, despite the fact that you lot get paid literally triple the amount that us normal staff get paid, but whatever. But when your staff member comes to you, not even 2 hours after you say that, like, and she's coming with an injury, and you already told her she can go home, you know, at 5. You already told her she can go home at 5. So you lot told her that she could go home at 5. And the reason why you lot are now retracting it because you lot are now, like making a bit more money. And obviously she's not going to cause any trouble because that's not who she is. She's not going to be like, oh, but you said, that. That's not who I am. But at the same time, my feeling, like I knew that I could not handle doing a 12-hour shift. I knew I just could not handle it. And as my book was saying, I need to put, my personal needs ahead. Like not ahead of other people in a selfish way, but ahead in a way of, like not taking on too much, knowing my limit, knowing when, it's basically just about self-love, isn't it? Like loving myself enough to be like, you know what, this is going to really knock me out, stress me out, like it's probably not a good idea. So, the thing is, I don't know if this ever happened to you guys. When you're like a kid and like you've got PE or you've got maths, or is it just in my case, and you really don't want to do it. You don't like those lessons, whatnot, or, like some girl wants to beat you up after school, and you're scared. So what do? You fake an illness. You're like, oh, I'm sick, blah, blah, blah. And when you get sent home, you're thinking, hooray, I could watch Cartoon Network, I could do this, I could do that. But then, subconsciously, because you put on such a great show that you're sick, your body, for some reason, starts to believe it. So, and then usually you end up actually feeling sick. Well, that's happened to me so many times, but I can't count. I don't know why I won't learn. So anyway, as time's gone on now, I'm starting to feel my ankle for real. And I'm starting to think, oh crap, where I put on the sad face and that guilt, and I'm like, sorry, we need to drain all this oil. We don't need that much oil in our food. So anyway, what was I saying? Yeah, so my ankle starts to actually sick. No, it starts to actually hurt. Ankle feeling. So now I'm like, I'm no longer lying. Like now, so even though I know it's subconscious, I know subconsciously my mind is like, okay, if we're gonna put on a show, we need to put on a show. Like clearly this guy is not budging, and we need to put on a show. Like it's either that or my subconscious actually, like my mind actually believes that my ankle hurts. So my ankle now hurts. Like the human body is so weird. Anyway, so my ankle is starting to hurt now, and it's starting to feel swollen or whatnot. And I'm waiting for what did I name this girl? Yeah, I'm waiting for her to come. I literally can't remember. So anyway, so I'm waiting for her to come here. Shaniqua. Did I name her Shaniqua? Well, now her name's Shaniqua. So anyway, so I'm waiting for Shaniqua to come. And right, time is ticking. Usually she's like half an hour early, but now it's like coming up to like quarter to 5. She's not there. I'm like, okay, usually she's really early for her shifts. And I'm like, part of me thought, one minute, is this guy just tricking me? Because really and truly, she was supposed to be there in the morning. He wasn't supposed to be there, so is he covering? But is he trying to, bullshit me and be like, oh yeah, when she comes, knowing that she ain't gonna come? So I'm now starting to feel sorry for myself. And my ankle is genuinely starting to hurt to the point where I am literally sitting down in the office, because we've got a tiny little office that's a really like seating area for our staff, don't ask. Anyway, so So I'm having to sit in the office listening, rubbing my ankle. Everyone's walking past me. Nobody is concerned. I'm on the verge of crying, and I'm just thinking, wow, like these people actually hate me. Like these people literally hate me. So I'm literally like limping. I'm literally like sitting down in the office, you know, like for a couple minutes. I'm not even taking like, oh, half an hour, 20 minutes. No, just a quick 5-minute sit down and then up again. You know, like I'm serving customers, I'm fighting back tears, but the tears isn't tears of pain. Tears is like me watching all these people just like carry on as normal. They know that I'm injured. They know that they got enough staff to close anyway. They know that they know that they could have let me, if it wasn't for the fact that a few more customers came in, they could have let me go earlier, like at 5. And I'm just thinking, wow, like these people really don't care about me, you know. And I don't, you know what? I've thought not to bring the race card, as you lot like to call it. No, not you lot, but some people like to call it, into this. You know, like I've never, in all the talks that I've had with my manager or whatnot, of how people's treating me, I've never brought up the race card. But in this situation, I'm starting to think, okay, so I'm literally the only black girl here, or black person, shall I say. You lot are all like Spanish, Brazilian, Latino, whatever, Indian. And, you know, you lot just have something against me for some reason that I have no idea why. Like, I don't know. Like, I'm polite, my timekeeping is right, but yet still I get told off for literally nothing. Like, I get told off for breathing. Like, literally, I get told that I'm not doing anything while I'm doing something, you know. Like, it makes no sense to me. So, yeah, these aren't quite done yet. So when I'm serving the customers, I can feel my tears at the back of my eyes, you know, I can feel it. And I'm just thinking, it was just a really sad moment, because I just felt like, as much as I wanted to leave this job, which I do, now I do, you know, especially after that, I'm like, wow, you lot just don't rate me whatsoever. You lot just like, for some reason, you lot can't stand me. I don't know why, I don't know what I did to you lot, I don't know. But, anyway, so, Shakila is like 5:05 now, and I'm starting to feel really down, really depressed. I'm starting to think she's not coming, you know. Pedro is just like pulling my leg, he's just being cruel, blah, blah. Anyway, the second I see her walking in, it's almost like the floodgates like burst open, and it's literally like a struggle to hold back the tears, because I'm so relieved that she's here. So anyway, so I go up to her and I'm like, bear in mind, I'm holding back tears, so you can see in my eyes, you can see in my face that I am literally either in pain or just feeling really sad, or both. So anyway, I'm like, Akila, I'm like, Shaniqua, I'm in real pain, you know, like I'm in so much pain. Can I go home? You know, like I had an accident at the gym. I told Pedro. He said, you know, like when you come in, it's up to you. And she's like, oh yeah, I told him ages ago to send you home at 5. And I was just thinking, oh, so Pedro, so my anger is not even directed at Shaniqua. I mean, like, she's shady as hell, and I wouldn't trust her as far as I could throw her for various reasons. But what was I gonna say? Yeah, but the fact that Pedro knew that I was in pain, knew that I needed some sort of reassurance that okay, you know, he could have thought, you know, like okay, let me just like give her some sort of like, I don't know, it just felt really cruel to me. Like he knew that Shaniqua wanted me to go home at 5, and the whole time you had me like almost half my shift in pain, thinking, okay, it looks like I'm gonna have to do like a 12-hour shift because you lot, you know, you lot don't care about me. You don't care about my personal health. You just don't care. Like you lot just can't stand me for some reason. For some reason, you hate me. So, so I just thought, wow. And then we had a well, we were supposed to have a meeting yesterday, which I'll tell you about that another time. Basically, they rescheduled it on the day for the following week, and that's like, I am not available. No, like I'm not available next week. So they already know that. So, but anyway, we're talking about Saturday. So anyway, so Pedro's just like to me, there's no, oh, I hope you get better. There's no, oh yeah, I'm sorry. Shaniqua told me this. I'm really sorry. I forgot. My bad. None of this. So not even trying to, you know, sort of like justify the fact that, you know, like he had me literally just like, not, I don't know. It's like, I can't explain it because it's cruel, but then when you say it out loud, it don't sound that bad. But at the time, like, it is cruel. Like, it felt really cruel to have me believing I'm going to be having to do like a 12-hour shift when you knew that, okay, there's a chance that I probably won't because of Shaniqua told me that I'm going home at 5. So, no, there's no hope your ankle gets better, none of that. It was literally like, okay, bye Nicole, don't forget your meeting tomorrow. Literally just that. Like, literally, like with this attitude in his voice. You know, like he had this sort of attitude in his voice that I just thought, wow, like, he really hate me, and that made me cry. Like I literally, as I was getting ready, the tears I could not hold back no longer. I just thought, everybody here hates me. Like, so yeah, I just wanted to share like my story, and I hope that, you know, if something similar has happened or something like that, you know, you can maybe relate to it and know that you are working in a toxic environment. I know that my environment is hella toxic. My manager, my main manager, she is literally the definition of a Jacqueline Hyde. You know, nice 1 second, horrible the next. I don't know, this one ain't even done. Where's the others done? Oh no, let me taste it. No. Oh. Alright, we're going to do these for a couple more minutes. Don't you hate when they look dumb, but they're not dumb? Don't worry, the one that I ate, I'll have that one. But yeah, when you're literally working in an environment where everything's toxic, people is like literally arguing all the time, you know, like you know, you're trying your best, but you're repeatedly being told your best ain't good enough. You're being made to feel like you're crazy when you know people is like talking about you. Like, for example, a few days ago, my manager and Shaniqua, they was literally talking about me in front of me. And then what I did, you know what I did? I thought, okay, so you don't want to be like mean girls in the playground. Obviously you lot are still mentally 15 years old. Like mentally you're still a child in the playground, gossiping about some poor little library girl when, you lot are the big bad popular girls and you lot feel like you can walk all over everyone because you lot are the best, you lot are the this, you lot are the that. Like, I thought, okay. I thought, you know what, I'm not going to get mad, I'm going to get even, so what I did was I thought, you know what, I am not going to give them the reaction. Like, my manager kept looking back at me, like seeing if I could hear, and I was just looking right at her like this, and she's like, yeah, and Nicole, but Nicole asked me for a break, and I'm just like, oh my god, like, like you literally, what you call it, just come back from the toilet, why do you need a break, blah, blah, blah. Like, like, it's a bit like that, like, so I thought, okay, what I'm going to do is, I am going to spoil the customers right. Now, we have food portions, we have to give like a certain amount of food because obviously head office gives them a right bollocking if they use up too much food. So things like guacamole, for example, they are stingy with guacamole. Guacamole is literally £1, and these people are getting like, I can't even explain it. These people are literally getting like a dollop of guacamole on their burrito or in their salad bowl, whatever, and that's £1. Like, it's not £1's worth. It's more like, here you go. So I thought, you know what? I'm going to make these customers smile. I'm going to make these customers smile. So what I decided to do is, I decided to literally just over portion like crazy. These customers were smiling ear from ear while my manager and her little sidekick had their jaws dropped to the ground. I was like, oh yeah, do you want more beef? Yeah, you can have more beef if you want. Like, I was like, okay, like, guacamole, I'm going to put it in the till, I'm not going to charge for it. Like, and I know. I'm 28, going to be 29 in a few weeks, and I know that is not the mature way to handle things. I know, obviously, that interviewing, I could get myself fired, I know. But I just wanted to make a point. I wanted to make a point that, okay, I'm not going to be provoked like how you lot are trying to provoke me. I'm not going to, jump up to my fence and be like, that's not true, blah, blah, blah. Because then you lot are going to then tell me that I'm aggressive, because let's just address the elephant in the room, yeah? So I thought, you know what, instead I'm going to make the customers smile, and I did, and the customers love me because of it. I'm sure that they're going to come back again, and they're going to be hella disappointed that they didn't get the amount of chorizo that I offered the last time. But anyway, obviously I'm not, crap, I just realised this salad has been out the whole time that I've been chit-chatting away. It should be in the fridge. Will that not tell me? Anyway, so basically that's it. Basically, like, I'm working in the toxic environment, and sometimes it's good to realize that you're working in a toxic environment, because a lot of the times these managers, they gaslight you to the point where you start to think you're going crazy. Like, when my manager addressed me about why I was overportioning, and she was giving me the talk like, oh, it's like we have to babysit you, blah 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 blah. And like, I was like, oh yeah, I wanted her to know that's why, but then I thought, okay, if I blatantly say that's why she's interviewing, she could be a right bitch to be like, you're fired. So I was like, I think subconsciously I knew I was overportioning, but because I had heard you lot talking about me. I think subconsciously I did it on purpose. I said it subconsciously. And she was like, okay, but she was like, I don't know, she was like, oh, you think that everyone has something against you, you're playing the victim card, blah, blah, blah. You know, like, you have to know that this in your head. Like, she was trying to gaslight the hell out of me, like, and I was just like, wow, this lady is toxic. Like, this is a toxic environment. And after that day, I thought, well, I need to leave. Like, what the hell am I doing in this cult of a job? Like, wow, like, I need to go. I'm putting on these three as well. But don't worry, my video is like pretty much finished now. But I just wanted to give a rant. And if you feel like you can sort of relate to anything that I said, or if you feel like, I mean, obviously each situation is different, each workplace is different, you know, something similar but something totally different may have happened, you know, but if you feel like you're being belittled every day, if you feel like you're being gaslit every day, because these managers, they love to gaslight you. They'll literally, while I'm literally scrubbing the services, they'll be telling me I'm not doing anything. So that's gaslighting. Like, they'll be gaslighting you, they'll be driving you insane, they'll be like micromanaging you, like, oh, you didn't do this right, or you should do this right, or why didn't you do this, or you should next time do it this way, or do it that way, or my way or no way, blah blah blah, blah. Like, if you feel like each time you do you're at work and you know you're always being micromanaged, you know you can do your job. You know when a certain person or certain few people is not around, you do it swimmingly. You know, like I get told I'm too slow. I'm starting to feel like I'm going so fast that I can literally feel my heart beating. I feel out of breath. I feel like this is not healthy. But even then, I'm being told you're too slow. And the thing is, it's like, you have to then decide, is it worth it? Like, when I had my talk with my manager and she was like, oh, we want workers who'll say yes to everything that we want, and we want workers that'll do A, B and C while still doing D, E and F while at the same time doing, and I'm just like, and all I could think is, wow, this is a lot for the amount you lot are paying me. Like, it took everything in me not to ask, does a pay raise come with that? Like, it literally took me everything to ask. But when you feel like a job is making you feel mentally, emotionally, or physically unwell, and you start, your self-confidence starts to plummet, that's the moment when you realise you're working in a toxic environment. Now that I've opened my eyes and I know that the problem is not me, like they're trying to make it like the problem is me, I know the problem is not me, it's them, and they just need someone to bully. So now I know this, now I'm more bold. Like, I'm not coming to the meeting. I'm not coming to the meeting on Sunday. It was meant to be this Sunday. I put a few things aside this Sunday so that I could go to this super meeting. I don't even work on a Sunday because as far as you lot are concerned, I'm at church. I'm so sorry, Lord. But anyway, still, you know, like, I'm like, and you lot are now expecting me to come in on a Sunday, 8 till 10. I'm like, okay, fair enough. Now you lot want us to come into work again the next weekend because you decided to cancel the meeting like 3-4 hours before the meeting schedule. Like, how is that professional? And not even give no apology and no explanation as to why it's being cancelled. And I got things to do next Sunday. I am sorry. So I put boldly in the I put boldly in the group chat I'm sorry I can't next Sunday. I was under the impression that it was this Sunday because you know what? Sometimes these managers, they have you feeling like you're selling your soul literally for them. You don't need to be selling your soul for no one. Anyway, I'm going to love you and leave you and put all this nonsense back and do a bit of cleaning. I just wanted to say thank you so much for watching me. I know I look kind of weird holding vegetables, but still, thank you so much for watching my channel, my cook with me / rants, whatever this is. Yeah, I'll probably name it like how you know your workplace is toxic. I don't know. But anyway, I just wanted to say thank you. No, like I wanted to say thank you for supporting me, for watching my videos, for the likes, for the comments, for the for all of you who subscribed, who shared, who turned on their notifications, who's just watched it for the sake of watching it. I just want to say thank you because at the end of the day we all need people who support us. So thank you for supporting me. Alright, like, comment, subscribe, turn on your notifications, press the bell, share, and I'll see you on the next video. Thanks for watching. Bye.